Hello, you're welcome. Kukara komiti. Kapa o.
Sorry, guys. I have to clean that place. I need to see for it. This window needs to be closed. Use the other socket. This one now. Yeah.
This other one is not working.
See?
This other one is not working. Welcome.
This one need to work. Okay, need to work.
This
one.
place is working, but there's just as much I can use. I need one for the phone here.
For the phone, for this phone.
Hi, welcome. Please inform the group that we've started. Oh,
Which one is your computer? Yeah?
Yes.
Where's your computer? Which one is this? This one is to that extension. That bad one.
This.
Yes.
Okay, yes.
It's to the bad extension. I don't move it.
Not bad.
It's to be. I want to know where this one is connected to. Yeah. It's to the bad extension. Right? No, look at that.
Okay. Okay, then this is for sister.
For the laptop. Yeah, we'll move that laptop.
You're welcome. Sorry, I'm just trying to put things in place. Just a minute. Who is asking me which country I'm from? Who are you? I'm from Nigeria. Okay, let's begin. Please tell those in the group that we've started. Hello, Joe. Riwana. Oh, India. Okay, we have a lot of persons in the house today. But before it will circulate. All right, so welcome everyone to Megtess Snail Farm community. Yes, Mr. Ifeanyi, good evening. Good evening. It's not yet time for questions now. Please just hold on. You will ask your questions, okay? You will ask your questions. Before we start, please, those of us in Nigeria, how was the network like in your area? Is it okay? Can you hear me very well? Please indicate if you can hear me well. In the comment section, please let me know if you can hear me. Okay, here we deal on everything snails, right? We talk about snails, their feet. Majority of the people here are people who have gone through my training, so there's really not much I can do. Okay, Mr. Ifeanyi say you can hear me very well. Okay, that's nice. All right, so let's just dive into it. Like our custom is, before I do anything, I like to admonish you guys. I like to encourage you. I like to give you some advice as to this new business that you're about to go into. And for those who have already started this business that you have started, first things first, always and never forget that this is a business. Always remember that, okay? Yes, it's farming, but farming is a business. All right, and everybody is in business for profit. Okay, Faith from Masaba, you're welcome. You're welcome. Thank God everyone can hear me. We pray the network will treat us better today. Okay, so everyone is in business for profit. So what can you do so that this business of yours gives you the profit that you deserve or you desire in it? All right, first things first, I will always say, don't ever borrow money to start snail farming, and I will tell you why. Snails are very slow growing animals. Okay, I'm talking to my in-house people now. If you have not gone through my training and you happen to see this video, it's a privilege. All right, it's a privilege for you. But for my in-house people, you already know, please don't borrow money to start snail farming business. It will not go well in the long run. All right, like I said, we all know snails are slow growing animals, and it takes time for them to grow to maturity. So imagine you have taken a loan that you need to pay back. Sorry about this lighting. You have taken a loan that you need to pay back, right? And the snails are not yet mature enough for you to sell. What is this? So please come and set this for me. Oh, okay, I think this is better. Sorry about that, please. Needed to set the light. Okay, now you have started. Peradventure, you got a loan and you started this farm. Snails will keep producing for you, and at some point you might need extra housing system for them. Where would you get the money to get the extra housing? You've already borrowed to start. You've not started making profit, yet they are producing. All right, so that is why I strongly stand against it. Please don't borrow money to start. If you don't have the money yet, just take time and save up. All right, like I said, it's a business. You can never do any business without money. Money is needed for any form of business, and if you want to make it big in a business, you also need to start in big. Yes, some business you might start small and then grow from there, which also applies to snail farming. Okay, you can start small and then grow from there. But some persons, the kind of questions I hear from them are just very funny. You started your snail farm with 100 snails, and out of those 100 snails, some will die, right? And then somehow you are expecting to have thousands of snails in no distant time. It doesn't work that way now. Before you get to that thousands of snails, you must have been in the business for years, right? One snail, especially for the AM, One snail maximum can give you 35 to 40 snails, right? And like I said, majority of them, some of them will still die, not majority, some of them will still die. And then you being a beginner, you're just starting, means you might even lose more than what one who has experience would lose. You might lose more than that. Okay, and then you are expecting your farm to just grow overnight. It doesn't work that way. There is no fairy tale in any business. Every business requires hard work. You might even fail along the line. You start again. You can fail again. You start again. What makes everyone succeed in any business is perseverance. Okay, any great business person you know, let's now zero in on the particular business. Any great snail farmer you know have encountered one big challenge or the other at some point. Okay, the reason why you're seeing them as big snail farmers today is because continue even when so many things were happening. They chose to continue, they chose to persevere, they chose to endure and conquer whatever it is that they were going through. That is what made them, or that is what has made them the great snail farmers that you see today. So don't think that it's rosy. It can never be rosy. It's not possible. It can't be your farming. Sometimes it might be later on. Sometimes it might be shortly after you start. Okay, no matter what, no matter when it starts, the bottom line is there will be challenges. So prepare your mind, know it for yourself. You're seeing me today, you see that, okay, this is what this woman is doing, this is the success she has achieved. It didn't start today. All right, it didn't just happen overnight, meaning you also need to put in the work. All right. Okay, so that's about encouraging us and then telling us the blunt truth. Okay, for those that are in my groups, I'll keep saying it. There are differences in those three groups. It's a channel. That is why when you go inside, you can see the three different groups. One is for the Megtess Millionaire Farmers. One, okay, the Megtess Millionaire Farmers 1. We have the Megtess Millionaire Farmers 2. That's because the 1 is filled up, so I created the 2. So you that is just coming in and you're in 2, if you click to join the 1, it won't be okay, it won't be nice. And those who are in the 1 clicking to join the 2, it's not necessary. Every information that I post on the 1, I will post on the group 2 as well. If the group 1 is already filled up and then you are now coming to click on group 2, you want to fill up the group 2 too, then I'll just keep opening groups and then having same set of persons in there. No, now. So please, if you're in Megtess Millionaire Farmers 1, just stay there. Don't go to Millionaire Farmers 2. There's no need. Okay, and then when you order for your snails, when you pay and then receive your snails, I now add you to the Farmers Forum. That is where I further mentor you how to feed your snails, how to do virtually everything that has to do with your snail farming. Okay, and then when it gets to the time of sales, that is where we also talk about selling of your snails as well, how I can also help you to sell your snails. Okay, not concept. Whenever I have orders, I let my people know. I know people that I let know because I know the people that have snails. And you cannot get snails from outside and then expect me to help you sell it. It doesn't work that way. I only sell for those who got their snails from me. All right? Okay. And that's because most of the times when I have orders, I don't have enough to sell. So I reach out to my mentees. Those that got their stock from me, I keep repeating it. All right? So I reach out to them and then get what they have and then resell. Okay? All right, another thing. Because of this dry season, it's dry season now, and the harmattan is quite strong in most areas. But whether it's harmattan or not, now that it is dry season, those of you who are getting your orders from me, when you receive your snails, don't bait them. You know, we've talked about baiting of your snails, but for this dry season, don't bait them. Just pour them on the ground and pour water on them. If you have a hose, it would have been better. But if you don't, just get a bucket of water, take something and just scoop and just pour on them until you see that they have become active. All right, that is just to rejuvenate them after a long journey, after a long stressful journey. All right, so you pour water on them, and then when they start crawling around, you can then pick them and put them into your pen. Okay, then for those of you who maybe it's been a while you did your training and you don't really, you can't really remember a lot of things, and now you want to order, please let me know. Okay, let me know so that I will know how to advise you on what and what to do. Okay, but basically for now, this dry season, like I said, don't soak your snails in water. Now let me tell you why soaking of snails in water during dry season is not really good. When you soak them inside water, let's say in the morning you do that, first of all, even if it's during rainy season, it's not good to give your snails a bath in the morning. It's always good to bathe them in the evening. Now when you bathe them in the morning, like I said, whether dry season or rainy season, morning bathing is not okay. But for this dry season specifically, when you bathe them and then the weather is now hot, they have already received some level of water into their shell. That water is what will start getting hot and then giving them unnecessary heat. And it might, at the end of the day, push their shells out because they are so uncomfortable because of the heat. Okay, so it's better you bathe them when it's dry rainy season though, but for now it's better you just sprinkle water. But during rainy season, if you're bathing them, bathe them in the cool of the evening so that that water will not work against them. Okay, the water they have retained in them will not work against them. Okay, that's for those who are receiving snails from me. All right, when you receive your, first of all, before you receive your snails, I will tell you, you need a basket. We are transporting our snails with baskets these days, okay, so that your snails can get to you in good condition. All right, so when they get to you, just pour them on the ground, sprinkle water on them, sprinkle until you start seeing them move around. Or when you even sprinkle, leave them for a while. The moment they start moving around, you then pick them, and but ensure the water gets to all of them. All right. Okay, next on my list is how to take care of your snails during this dry season. Some persons have been complaining that their snails are not eating. What am I doing wrong? Or what could be, what am I, in fact, they just ask different questions. You're not doing anything wrong. It's the weather. All right. Dry season makes snails lose appetite a lot. Okay. In as much as your snail pen is moist, always don't ever forget to keep a tray of water close by. Okay, always have water tray in your pen so that that water they can get to regularly, they can get to anytime. Always have water in your pen. Okay, a tray of water, and ensure that you're changing that water every morning so that they don't end up drinking contaminated water. Because the more it stays there, they are crawling past it, they are pooping on it, mud is going on it, you know, before you know it, the water will get dirty and then it can cause other unnecessary things to the snail. So ensure you change the water every morning, but don't fail to always have water in your pen. All right. And then for feeding, if you see that your snails are not eating that much, you can help. Okay, why do I say that? You can help in the sense that you just bring your snails close. Okay, bring your snails close to the feeding tray when you serve them the food. Bring them close and it will just aid them to eat better. Let me see if I have the video here. Okay, I think I have the video here. Let me show you. I don't know if you can see it very well. My number is so bold on it, but see how the snails are. Look at this. This one was handmade. They are not the ones rushing the food like that. Okay, you just help them by bringing the food closer to them, or bringing them closer to the food. Just put them around the food. All right, this way the moment they get active, the next thing they are meeting is the food. All right, and then now more than ever they need calcium. In as much as they need water, they need calcium. Okay, so in your formulated feed, mix calcium. Then those of you who are saying, can I mix calcium with egg booster? No, there's no need. There's no need. All right. If they are not taking it because it's so dry, then you just mix little water. Okay, mix little water and give it to them, and they will take it. That means you have moistened the food a little. Sorry, please. My baby is crying. Anyways, okay, let's continue. She has stopped. All right, so for egg booster, no need to mix it with calcium. But for formulated feed, you can mix it. If you're giving them fruits, you can sprinkle the calcium on the fruit. If you're giving them leaves, you can sprinkle the calcium on the leaves. Okay, that way their intake of calcium is much. Then for those who are doing the soilless snail farming, don't forget to always have the half-processed calcium in the pen. The reason why we put those in the pen is because they are not something that water can wash away. Even as you're pouring water on your pen, those calciums, because they are not fully processed, digging the ground. Some of you have been saying that your snails are digging the ground to go underneath. I think this network is bad. Can you all still hear me? If your snails are digging the ground and going underground, it's because everywhere is hot. They are looking for a cool place. It's not abnormal. They're looking for a cool place. Increase the moisture by increasing your mulching materials. All right? Increase the moisture by increasing your mulching materials, and they will be fine. Okay, Mr. Morris say you can hear me. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Increase your mulching materials and ensure that your mulching materials are always moist. Then they can hide under those mulching materials instead of going under the soil. If you see your snails digging the soil, it's because everywhere is hot. There's no plenty story to that. All right? Now, those of you who are asking, how do I feed my snails? Especially with formulated feed, don't ever pour the formulated feed on the floor of the pen. It will be messy, okay, and it will be difficult for you to clean as well. Always put your formulated feed in trays. Let them always be in trays. Formulated feed, egg booster, fruits should always be in trays. But for leaves, you can give them. Don't worry. Don't worry. We will overcome. We will overcome. All right, so feeding your snails with formulated feed has to be in trays. Fruits, egg booster, those have to be in trays. Not be small. The network don't misbehave. It is well. We pray it gets better. But for leaves, you can, those ones don't decay on time, except for leaves like water leaf. Those ones that have enough water in them, sometimes they might get decay. They might decay on time. But for other leaves, you can even leave them up to 2 days or even more, depending on the kind of leaf. Okay, so that's how to. Then for those who are complaining that their snails are hibernating, in a way, it's even a good thing, because that way the only disadvantage is that they will not grow during that period. They won't do anything. They won't lay egg, nothing. Okay, but other than that, their survivability is on the high side when they hibernate. Okay, because nothing will happen to them in that hibernation state. So long as they have estivated, nothing will happen to them again. They are just safe the way they are. So that's why I say in a way it's a good thing. But the downside is that they won't grow. They will not lay eggs. They won't do nothing. It's just like a human being that is in coma. Nothing will be happening, but the human being is alive. All right, so that's what snails being in hibernation state is like. Please give me a minute. What happened? What's going on? Is that why she's crying that much? Sorry, please. Just hang on. Okay, please let's continue. She's still crying. Okay, some persons are asking the difference between AMO and AMS. I should have a video or a picture here for that. Look at the pinkish one is the AMS, the white one is the AMO. Okay, and then what are their differences? When it comes to egg laying, the difference is not much. If AMS is laying like 7 per clutch, AMO might lay like 5 or 6. Okay, so the difference is not that much. And then their survivability, AMO seem to be strong as of now, but before now AMS was the one dominating in every location. But right now it's AMO that is, anywhere you send it to, it's very okay. I might send AMS to a particular location and then still send AMO to that location, but the AMS will be giving issues. I think we should even go to the Telegram platform. Please let us all go to Telegram. Okay, I'm sorry, the network here is just something else. It's connecting and reconnecting, connecting and reconnecting. Let's go to Telegram.